Yo, this is Corey.
What's up, it's Jahi.
And this is Jordan, and you're now
Tapped in to Fatherhood Forward. Before we dive into today's episode, we want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors of this video, Platinum Party Planners.
you already know they one of the best sponsors around. They specialize in birthdays, weddings, baby showers, corporate events, and they even do treats.
And they hit.
That's a fact. So y'all see this beautiful furniture that we have on set today.
Facts.
It's courtesy of Platinum Party Planners. So shout out to the ladies over there.
Yes, sir. Big shout out to the Platinum Party Planners. You already know they're gonna make your event shine every time.
Bling. Blow. Let's get it.
What is up, everybody?
Yo.
Here.
What's going on, brother?
We are here for what we now call Dad Stories.
And number 4?
Number 4.
Quattro.
And today
that's foreign Creole.
I actually need to learn some Creole before we get there. Let me introduce. So we have supporter of the podcast, a diligent father, a Sapaste Haitian man himself. Mr. Dave. How you say your last name? Is it Jordan?
Jordan. Yeah, you can say Jordan. That's cool.
Dave Jordan. Yeah. So shout out to Dave. Thank you for being on the platform today, man.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, man. Anybody want to start off the weather report for today? Give Dave he pretty much should probably know what the weather report consists of, but give him a rundown.
Yeah, man, I'll go first. My weather report is sunny out right now. You know what I mean? Everything is going well right now in my world. The storms that I've been coming across, they pass. It's like springtime where the flowers are starting to blossom, and in order for me to keep the ecosystem going, I got to continue to water it. That's where my mind is at right now. So I'm just watering the blessings that is being bestowed upon me, and I'm ready, man.
Love to hear that, brother.
Man, that was beautiful.
So, Dave, since you got the understanding, go ahead, man. You can go ahead and give your weather report.
My weather report for the day, just like Corey, definitely sunny. Whole lot of sunshine. God's allowed me to shine, and we got through the turbulence. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all the evil, all the bad stuff is behind me, and I'm just gonna continue growing. I'm gonna continue growing as a man, as a father, as a son, as a brother. So that's where I'm at in life. I can't complain at all, man. I'm in a great headspace to do this, so I'm excited.
For sure.
Love to hear that.
Bro, what you got for it?
Shit, I'm same as them, bro. 70 degrees outside, sun shining. I ain't had my kids all weekend. Me and wifey was bonding. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm in a great headspace at the moment.
I need one of them weekends.
Yeah, we're gonna wait until he drop his kids off somewhere, and we're gonna drop our kids over to him. That nigga never got his
facts, bro. I need that.
Hey, that village, like, you know what I'm saying?
Strong, bro.
Definitely, you need that village, man. Look, I'm telling you, shout out to the village
for real, dog.
Would love to have a village like that.
Yeah, I'm a little envious. I ain't gonna lie. But I love you, though. Don't take away my love.
Nah, for sure. For me, man, I'm good, dog. All in all, like, you know what? You know how a bunch of small shit, like, pile up to be a lot of shit, you get what I'm saying? And then you almost get to a tipping point, like, I'm good, dog. I'm grateful. I'm gracious for everything, but it be the moments, like, when shit be going so well for a while that you gotta get humbled a little bit. I'm in the season of humbling, and it's kind of been like this since the beginning of the year, honestly.
But you know what they say, though, bro? Sometimes it gotta get bad before it get good.
Yeah,
that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
That's I don't know where it came from, but it's a lesson in everything too. It's a lesson. So God's probably trying to teach you something. It's like, what is He trying to get you to see out of this? That's how I look at it. Anytime I'm going through back to back trials and tribulations, or like you said, little stuff, and it becomes big stuff, and it's like, yo, what do you want me to do? What you want me to do in this
Right.
situation? And
That's
we
a
just
fact.
gotta listen, because you feel me? He gonna tell you every time. It's up to us if we gonna listen.
Facts.
Mhm.
So while we getting things started, Dave, go ahead if you want. You can introduce yourself. Just speak about where your fatherhood journey started.
Yeah, sure. So my fatherhood journey started back in 2019. I was a senior in college. My I want to say last year of college. Found out the mother of my child, she was pregnant that summer, right before we went into our last year of college. And honestly, so it started like that. I remember telling my mom, and her first reaction was just like, "What are you doing?" You know how parents are, like, "Yo, you're in your last year." But everything is. I think my journey it built on the person that I am. I can't even imagine myself without going through that. Right, going to school full time, being a father. Um, Working full time, right? I don't know. Like even now, looking back, I have one of my friends that just had his son, and he was like, "I have so much more respect for you now because I don't know how you did it back then, and I'm doing it now. We don't even have school, but you see what you're capable of when you're faced with opportunities where you got to step up. You feel me?
Facts.
Started 2019 started. I was 23. Well, yeah, right before I turned 23 because my birthday's in January. His birthday's in he was born February 2nd, 2019. So going to school full time, had to depend on my mom, my little sister, the village, like Jordan was saying. Um, and had to do a lot of talking with my professors like, hey, look, I will not be able to be here, but I will get this work done. And by the grace of God, I got a chance to finish school. Not only me, the mother of my child, she got a chance to finish school as well. We got a chance to graduate. And it's been a beautiful journey. He went from just not speaking to number being a 6 year old, and it's just like, dang, this thing happened fast. I still can't believe it.
Yeah, that's remarkable, man.
So what school did you go to? College.
Oh, I went to Lincoln University.
Okay.
I went to Lincoln University where I got my bachelor's in business management, and yeah, I've always been like focusing on business because at the end of the day, Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you ever read the book, you feel me? Just having a job won't get you to where you're gonna work forever. If that's gonna be the case, you got to figure out a way to be a entrepreneur, and like that's what I'm focused on. Even though we got that 9 to 5, Corey, that's how I met Corey. So
Facts.
right in that cast, I'm like, yo, y'all got to throw me on a podcast, man. He's like, yo, who is this guy?
The whole
Yo, it's
time you already had the form in too. I had hit them and told them I was like, "Yo, y'all not gonna believe who I met, yo."
that's
It's just
crazy.
like how we said, bro. Everything happened for a reason. So like I looked at that moment like that, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure,
So
bro.
how do you keep your mental straight balancing a full-time job, school, and about to become a dad?
Man, I'm gonna give it to God because I didn't think it was possible,
Mm-hmm.
right? It wasn't until I was in it, right? Again, shout out to the mother of my child at the time. I mean, still now, but she held it down. My mom, sister, it was just a lot of juggling. Definitely the village and just I talked to them teachers. That was like the number one. My professors, hey, look, I can't be here, but I'll do all my work. I stood on that. Then for math, which is like one of my worst subjects, they were like, you won't have to be here for math. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, I would have to be in school, for math and stuff. But Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, no, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturdays, Sunday, sometimes I was off or I was working. So that was my schedule. So juggling that and just honestly, my son is he lives in DC. So before we even had him, like I was in a relationship with the mom, so I was back and forth anyway. So now like we're together, it's like we at the time we were together, so it was back and forth. Now we're not together, it's still that back and forth for me. Sometimes I'm like, man, my toes be looking crazy.
Yeah.
Feel me? The toes be looking crazy, man. But I never make no excuses, and again, it's just is what it is, and We just you gonna that's like my mom would say. This is the bed you made. You gonna lie in it, and you gonna handle the situation. We ain't making no excuses, man. I know y'all
For
know.
sure. And I feel like I commend you, even though I may sound like a broken record, because I say this to like a lot of dads that come on here, but I commend you just for stepping up and, you know what I mean, continuing to take that on, because I feel like in that, like what you described, it's a lot of room for somebody to make an excuse to not show up.
Yeah.
Like even if
Yeah,
y'all was together, like it's room for somebody out there to not show up because the kid in DC, that the girl in DC, like
right.
they could use that as like, oh, sorry, I can't make it to this. Like, but nah, like I commend you for still showing up, bro, because it's like the bad option is there. Like I don't even like to call it an
Yeah,
option because it shouldn't be an option, but it's there. Right.
nah, for sure. Thank you. I
For
appreciate
sure,
that,
bro.
man. And even now, right? Because me and mom we're not together, but I haven't missed a step. He's there because he started school.
Mm-hmm.
It's like second year going through school. So even with us, that's a new thing. Because I'm used to having him for 2 weeks, and she having him for 2 weeks, and we just alternate back and forth.
Right.
Now it's like, oh man, I gotta get my boy on the weekends. I want to do something with him now, or when he's off on a holiday, and I'm still getting used to that.
Yeah. Does that take like an emotional toll on you in any way?
Um, yeah, I would say I'm not. I can't even front and say it don't.
Yeah.
I can't front. I can't front and say it don't. Because sometimes I just want, like, for some reason when my son is around, I feel better, bro.
Mm.
You feel me? It's like he's my why regardless. But when he's around and he's sleeping, I'm about to go get it. I'm about to go on my grind. I just Now I'm like, yo, this is what I'm getting up for. Yeah, I'm doing it for me, but it's a bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't asked to be here, and I think my biggest reason of like the way I am, just being a father and just making sure I'm there every step of the way, is because I left my dad in Haiti in 2003.
Mm.
You feel me? I was 7, so I ain't seen my dad since 2003,
Mm.
and it's like I ain't really have a choice. And my dad was like super abusive, but I remember when he was loving too. So that messed with me a little bit. But now it's crazy. We talk like twice a week now. Forgave him for everything, and like we have a great relationship. And he actually gives me advice on how to handle the relationship with the mother and my child sometimes.
Mm.
Because things happen. We're human. He'd be like, man, don't trip about that. Just do this. Do what you gotta do for your son. And
Bro, that's what's
uh,
up, man. That's what's up. I,
thank you, bro.
Um,
even
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, even that is just like a good full circle, because like it shows, like if you was to talk to your son about that later in life, like I think forgiveness is
Uh-huh.
a very good and hard characteristic sometimes for people to grasp, and understandably so, 'cause especially like when you're dealing with pain and like, you know, what I mean, trauma and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's hard to forgive, but
Mm.
you having that in you, you can pass that down to your son. You can talk to your son about that to have him grow that characteristic within himself. Um,
It took some time
of
too.
course,
I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yo, I was at 18, I'm questioning why you was doing this to us, or why you was doing this to me and my mom. But as you get older and you see you holding on to that resentment, it's like, why? This
mm,
it's not even fun. I'm supposed to let that go.
yeah,
I'm holding on to it. It's hurting me now. He probably not even feeling the pain of
Mm-hmm.
whatever I'm feeling. What I'm gonna hold on to it for? And having my son, I always tell my mom, I feel like I had him at the perfect time, man, because that's what, like, it changed me as a man.
yeah.
Yeah, you had
God
him
makes no mistakes, man.
during COVID. Yeah, COVID baby.
Yeah, a year later, COVID happened. Out, man, that was crazy.
Mm.
Does your son
When
and your dad have conversations?
it was funny because like last week we was in a car, had him on Bluetooth. I had him Sunday and I was about to drop him off, and he called me, and he heard him. You feel me? My dad, he's speaking Creole. He got he speak a few English words. Hey, hi, Corey. That I'm like, yeah, that's your pop
Mm.
up. You feel me? But earlier, he's my mom, like, he knows what Creole is, so my mom's speaking to me in Creole. I'm like, what grandma speaking? He like Creole. So I'm trying my hardest to make sure he got
Yeah,
a piece of that. But yeah, the plan this year is to go down there. It's crazy down there in Haiti right now. I'm like, meet me in DR or something, man. I just want to give you a hug. I'm probably gonna cry my eyes out, but it's just like long overdue.
that's what's up. You planning on taking your son?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
That's
want
what's up, man.
Your dad probably don't want to go to DR though, do
to meet me. We gonna see what he's gonna do. We are gonna see what he's trying to do.
I only ask because my father's Haitian, so I understand the dynamic
Oh, for
between
real?
Dominicans.
Oh, okay. I
That's
see
why.
exactly
Yeah,
what you're
that's
saying.
why I asked.
So you say your dad is Haitian also?
Yeah, yeah. My father is Haitian. I met my dad when I was 16 though, so our dynamic is really different. You know what I mean? They deported him illegally. He came back. And we tried to build a relationship from there. But at 16, you already are who you are. You know what I mean? A little bit. So he kind of, I'm not gonna say he couldn't father me, but he didn't know how to father me. I'm his oldest child, so
Right.
he just kept it real with me. You know what I mean? He showed me some things that he was doing. Um, some things I took with me, some things I left. I left right where he
Right.
taught me, but I understand his struggle. I understand what he went through, like to get here, what his family went through to get here. So I respect him, and I
Mhm.
don't feel any resentment like I used to feel when I was younger because I just understand it. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Right.
I have a few Haitian friends though, and it's interesting. It's interesting to hear that you're Haitian. I kind of want you to speak about like the dynamic of like the pressures of having like Caribbean parents a little bit. Were you
Yeah, for
were
sure.
you pressured to be like a doctor, lawyer, or something? Was you made to go to college? Like, did they force you to go to college? Like, is certain things that they wanted, like expectations for you?
Expectations are super high. Like you could feel like you're doing something, and you're just like, nah, you're not doing it. Haitian parents, yeah, doctor, lawyer, engineer, or just you're gonna be your best. There's no excuses. We're expecting that. That's um. So and also you're gonna have them role models. You're gonna see like mom, dads, uncles step in and where they come from. So they're like, we didn't make no excuses. We came here when it was harder because if you hear the stories, you hear that when they first came from Haiti, they were getting picked on. Now you Haitian, you it right now. You feel me? Everybody else, everybody want to be, everybody want to be down with the Haitians, but yeah, the expectations growing up, no room for error. Like I used to get made fun of going to school. I had to tuck my shirt in. Like yo, I don't wanna tuck my shirt in. They gonna make fun of me. They're already making fun of me because of this accent.
Right.
You want me to tuck my shirt in? So yeah, growing up, expect nothing but the best being Haitian, man.
Did you
So
spend some time in New York?
Um, nah, I get that all the time. Got a lot of family from there. My uncle, he come from when he left Haiti, he come from Jersey, East Orange.
Mm,
So that's like
close.
my, he a big father figure. I got a lot of family up there though, like Flatbush.
Yeah, yeah. I heard
Yeah,
a little bit of Brooklyn in you. A little bit. That's
Yeah, I
why I asked.
definitely can hear a little bit of New
Yeah,
York.
for sure, for sure. That's
nah, man, came out. Yeah,
when you go, man, I would like to follow your journey because I want to go, but I can't. I'm not gonna say I can't go with my dad, but if that nigga go, he might be stuck. So
right,
you
right,
know what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would definitely
nah, for
love to
sure.
go, bro. That's
We're gonna talk about that behind the scenes. That's definitely something that I have to
yeah.
do just for like soul
Hmm.
searching and I just gotta close that door because it's been so
That's
long. Um, you feel me? I've been thinking about it. I've been dreaming about it. So
Does he have any interest of
yeah,
coming to America?
nah. He when I bring it up to him, he already said. You know how he older individual. He good. He's good where he's at. Like he's not looking to come here and want to work a
Hmm.
certain way. He already set in his ways. What's crazy? He got sisters, brothers, uncles, cousins here. His family's up here, and they all like in the Jersey, New York area.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, but he doesn't have no interest. Like when I bring it up to his attention, he like kind of like shove it off, like brush it off. Like we'll talk. I'm like, I could do the paperwork. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the visit though, because you said you
Yeah,
haven't physically seen him since 2000.
2003, I left Haiti. I never went back.
Yeah, I can't blame you unless you going on one of them like like offshore type of joints. Like, cause I know like further south in Haiti, away from Port-au-Prince. Like I know Labadee is like a travel areas, so a lot of like civilians don't really go there like
You
that.
gotta go to the
Right,
countryside.
right. Okay.
You know, countryside where it's all the mountains and because it's a whole different world on the other side. It's crazy because Port-au-Prince, that's where I'm from. Everything used to be good back in the day. Now you look at it,
Uh,
that's where they tell you not to
that's
go.
a fact.
Yeah,
Fact.
that's where you stay away
Yeah.
from.
Unless you literally
Yeah,
know somebody, that's somebody you gotta be careful. But we can have this conversation all day. We
Nah,
really
I
can.
did want to ask though, because like y'all talked on, you know, what I mean, the expectations being high, just from being like having Caribbean parents, and I've heard that like from other friends. Do you see yourself kind of carrying that on for your son, like yourself?
yeah, for sure. The only reason I say that because you just because you're a certain age doesn't mean people have common sense, right?
Mm,
So you have to be careful who they picking stuff. Certain things they picking things as in like you growing up and your kid's gonna get influenced by a whole lot of different things. When I was growing up, my mom was going big on you're not sleeping over nobody else's house.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? We don't know these people. You could go have fun with your friends, but you coming back home.
right.
What is a sleepover? That's we're not doing that. So I'm definitely gonna carry certain
You're gonna reclaim
the way I was brought up, the toughness. I got a boy, so gotta stay tough, gotta stay vigilant on everything that you're doing. You gotta be mindful of who you keeping around you. So just a certain discipline. When I have my son, I don't see certain things. Like his mom tells me he acts up, and I'm like, I don't see that
Mm,
side because he knows. I just give a look. Corey, what you doing? And he'll tighten up,
yeah.
but
That's the importance.
he not with me.
That's the importance of the
Hmm.
father right there. We had a conversation. I guess we can call it a conversation now. Where we kind of talked about the dynamic of like the yin and the yang, the father being the disciplinarian or the mother being the disciplinarian. Somebody has to be the nurturer, the flamboyant. So you kind of reaffirm what we were talking about earlier. It may seem like simple to some people, but um yeah, that's a good dynamic. Glad y'all had that for sure.
No, for sure. He's a sweet kid though, and I'm not just saying that because he's mine. And he's respectful. Thank you after everything. Um, Sometimes I think he's too nice, if you want me to be honest.
Mm,
But he's smart. He's a smart kid. So as he gets older, I'll let him know about basically just one time we were at the park and he was like, this guy, he said he was my friend. Now he playing with another kid. I'm like, Kari, he can do that, bro. He could have other friends. That's cool. But I also got to remember around that time he was 5,
right.
he was 6. He's a kid. He don't know no better.
Yeah.
It was just one kid came up, hey, you want to be my best friend? Now he playing with another. You feel me? Territorial. It's already in him.
Yeah. It's funny to
Yo,
see the stuff that they're able to like naturally pick up, man.
Hmm.
just watching you, and those people that they around in school, daycare, whatever it may be. Like kids come home, and the darndest things I tell you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They
Easily influenced. That's why you gotta be careful with the social media, the TikToks, and what they're taking
Mhm.
in.
That's a fact. So Dave, you had mentioned in your guest form, you said breaking generational curses. Um,
Hmm.
what generational curses or cycles are you breaking?
Um, Honestly, I think one of them is just not being the things you can control. When you can control something, you gotta let it be. And I think I come from maybe my mom just giving too much care on something that you can't control. So if you can't control it, you gotta let it be. Control what you can control, and the things you can't control, let that be. Another one is just being in my son's life all the way through.
Mm.
Like he can always call on me. That's the biggest one that I have to break. Because I feel like I missed a part of my life. I didn't feel like I could call it. I wanted to call on my dad, but I had to call on somebody else,
Mm.
right? Um, so that's the big one for me. Just making sure I'm there every step of the way. Okay, if you're in DC with your mom, I'm not there right now, but you could call me. Hey, Dad, I need this, or so that's what brings me joy.
That's what's up, man. That's a good one to break though, because I mean that's how we kind of fix that. Because when he have kids, he gonna be able to reflect on. Nah, my dad was there all the way. That's all I know. Like,
That's
Facts.
and he
exactly.
gonna want to carry that on, man.
Yeah, that's like my big one because I feel like everything else he's just gonna follow. He's just gonna fall in line and just okay, this is how we do it. And the Bible says, teach a child the way he'll go, and he'll never depart from it.
Mm,
That's not verbatim, but I know that's in there.
still, that's
So
strong.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You think since your father wasn't physically present in your life, uh, did it like what did it do for you as a younger child? You know what I mean? Because that's motivation to kind of want to be physically there for your child and not miss a step in that regard. Do you think it helped or hindered you any kind of way?
no, I feel like it. Honestly, it helped.
Really?
I believe it helped. Yeah, I believed it helped because even when I was younger and I was like, I wanted to have a son. I always wanted to have a son first. So because I was like, I'm going to be the father that he never was.
Mm.
I want to, make basketball practice because I was playing AAU, I was playing football, right? And certain dudes, they had their dads there, and I'm like, man, I got a sack, I got 2 sacks, I got 4 sacks this game, and it's like, okay, my mom there, my sister there, uncle's there, stepdad there, but it's I want my dad to see me do this,
Yeah,
so it's a different
Yeah.
feeling. When I remember my son first started playing basketball, and we went to the courts, lowered the court down when he went his first basketball thing practice ever and doing little drills and he took 4 shots. He made the first 4 shots. And I couldn't even control how hype I was because I know that was from the preparation from the week before, just going in there. Just it's the little stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's the stuff we think is little and it goes a long way.
facts.
And I believe that he even played better just seeing, mom, dad there and I felt like that made him go harder.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of piggyback off of like your question too, Jahi, because I feel like we all like had at least minimum moments where we didn't have our dad. Do y'all ever find yourselves like in a place where y'all don't know like how to like I don't want to say be there, but like or do certain things with your son or your kids because you didn't have that yet. Like for example, like me, like I'm not that great at like the imagination play with like my son. He like action figures. He loved Marvel and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that great with that because I never had that as like somebody playing with me like that as a kid. And it's funny, and it like clicked to me when my mom, like, cause I take him over to my mom's house and she like, nah, he can go play by himself. Like, that's what we used to do with you. Like, we'll just get you some toys, you go over there play by yourself. And I'm like, no, Sincere don't like that though. Like, he wants somebody to play with him because he's used to that with his mom. And then it clicked to me
Right.
like, yo, this is why I'm not good with it because this is what I'm used to. Like, go play by yourself. And that's what I did. So like, I don't know, it was like a full circle moment. Have y'all ever like had any trouble with doing something with your kids?
I've I could be honest, at one time I was doing homework with him. The first time ever that I was doing homework, and I remember how short and impatient my dad was with me. And I caught myself like, come on, like you should know this. And I'm like, this is his first time doing this, and it changed the way I showed him how to do things. I'm like, now I have all the patience in the world now, and when he does something right, I give him all the credit. It's like, yo, you did it. I know you could do it. So it's funny because until you're in the moment of doing something new, like homework,
Mm-hmm.
I almost got frustrated with a 4 year old, 5 year old, right? A little because he didn't know something, but he's like, this is his first time learning it.
Right.
So that changed something for me because it was just like, oh wow.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. What's on
My,
your mind, Jahi? I seen it all in his face. My bad, Jordan.
well, I can go and have him think
Yeah,
about it.
go
Y'all
ahead. Go
heard this
ahead.
story before with this whole sneaker ball thing. My dad ain't never take me to no sneaker ball, so I ended up missing that moment. Didn't know that my son wanted me to stay there with him. He was in there looking for me, and I ended up leaving for personal reasons. But yeah, my dad ain't never take me to no dances, no none of that. So
Yeah.
I
Right.
didn't really know how important it was for me to be there for him.
I think I'm struggling with at this phase of of my parenthood journey, Dave, you don't know, I got a 3-year-old. My daughter is 3. My son is 2. Um, but
Okay.
my wife tells me all the time, like I gotta be a little bit more softer with my son. And
Mm,
since I didn't have that dynamic on the day to day, like my uncle pretty much, like I got one uncle that pretty much helped raise me, right? And he was he's a strong black man, you feel me? So I can't remember getting no hugs or I probably got pats on the back, but it was like competition. We gonna fight. We gonna rough each other up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So when my
Okay.
son is overly emotional, it's like, yo, we not, yo, but he too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He ain't even
Right.
putting his words together yet. So I think that part of it, like an emotional, like sometimes I can be like not emotionally detached, but like I might have an emotional like shield guard up because I just believe probably not a 2-year-old, but as a young black boy, you gotta be a little tougher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, and it don't have to be like that, but as we was having the conversation, I'm like, damn. Same way for you, Corey. Like you just struggle with that imaginary play. Like I've never had an emotional or an emotionally stable man in my life to be able to help me decipher. Oh, it's okay to feel how you feel, cause
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about y'all, but it was like, yo, boys don't cry. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like all that kind of
Mhm.
you you a big boy, big boys don't cry, like that type of vibe. So that's probably one thing that like now I'm conscious, and my wife be like, "Yo, you can ease up a little bit," because when my daughter, it's the opposite. I naturally it's like, oh, she's a girl, she's soft. You know what I mean? I want to be really
Yeah.
careful with her because I want to be the person that she looks for later on down the line. It starts now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a
Definitely.
very good.
Wait, wait,
Wait,
wait,
Time out.
wait.
Time out.
Wait a minute.
Before you go any further, we have a message for you guys.
I need y'all guys to smash that like button,
Hit it.
smash that follow button,
Bam.
smash that subscribe button,
Do it.
turn them noties on.
I need it.
Why? So just to let people know why this is important.
If we really trying to grow this channel, man, we need all of y'all support. Every single viewer from this video, from this episode, smash that like button, like Jordan said. It's gonna help us grow this channel and reach new heights, reach new audience to help us grow our community, like we plan to do with Fatherhood Forward.
Appreciate y'all. Hit that red button.
Let's
Yes,
get
sir.
back to the show.
Nah, for sure. I mean, I asked it because like it them full circle moments do come, and I think they're so helpful. It's like you can look back at the past, like, damn, I didn't have that, but to bring it full circle, and you like now you can kind of fix it for your kids, man. I think that's a beautiful thing, man. So I mean, it's good that we all is conscious about, you know what I mean, where we had like not had it, you know what I mean, but we able to give it now, because I mean, I say it all the time, you only know what you're exposed to, and sometimes you can learn from what you haven't been exposed to too.
Yeah, great question.
Sure.
Great. I got a question for Dave. So, Dave,
Hmm.
you've been co-parenting from the beginning, right? Or y'all you
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. So,
Yeah. We was together for a while. Well, it's a lot of co-parenting, especially now. Yeah.
okay.
Definitely co-parenting.
I
Yeah.
mean, beyond just the distance, because she's in DC, you in Delaware, right? Um,
Right.
how what's another challenge that you face in co-parenting?
I would just say maybe something that fly, at his mom's don't fly at my house,
Mm,
right? Um, and he's on point, but as he's getting older, I'm like, yeah, you gotta snap out. One time I picked him up and everything I'm saying, like he's playing though. He's in play mode. I'm asking you about your day. I'm asking you about school. You playing with me. You on that phone.
Yeah.
These new technology kids. That phone, iPad, and my son is guilty of it. And we gave it to him early, so I just had to look at him like, yo, I'm talking to you. I'm asking you about your day. And I had a good day. Then he talked to me. So I mean, just just the way of doing things. That's all. His mom may allow him to do certain things, and certain, you know, he gets into certain things, and he might think that's cool. Then he'll come over and like, nah, we don't do things like that on this side. So just different parenting styles, which is fine. It's just, again, it's just a conversation that needs to be had with certain things, and just an agreement.
Yeah,
Um,
I can understand
that's
that.
like the biggest thing. Yeah.
And it's crazy that you said that though, because like we kind of had a similar conversation, Jahid, with Sabri, and I remember him saying like it would be like the first couple days of like him like snapping his
Yeah,
son
he
out
gotta
of like
break
yeah like
break that. Yeah.
yeah. So like would it be like that too? Like it'd be like a couple days of like that period, like
What's crazy with me, I'll be honest. I feel like as soon as he gets with me, he'll snap back.
mm,
But I feel like he's getting influenced. Now he's in school. I could tell he's getting influenced by just some of the stuff he say, or the way he dance, or some way he move, the way he even dances, right? So I'm like, okay, you're getting influenced by, your peers and things like that. That's fine. But yeah, as soon as he's with me, he's, like I said, he's a good kid from what I see the most part. But you do go through certain stages like, yo, why did you say that? Why did you do that? Where did you get this from?
yeah.
And you just got, have those conversations. So that's like the biggest thing but it's with him is you have that conversation and he won't do it again. He's not the type of kid that keeps doing things over and over again knowing it's bad. He's like, he'll get it together quick. So I like that about him.
That's what's up,
That's
man.
good.
Yo, that's funny as hell because he down DC. I know he ain't beating his feet.
Um, I don't know, maybe that's what he is doing. That's funny, right? That kid is he started. I don't even know what you call that dance when they do. It's the new dance everybody be doing. You got grown. I never did it, so I don't even know what it's called. But they be. I just see he made a TikTok, and I'm like, I didn't even know you had a TikTok, dude. Like, what do you?
That's
It's crazy, man, because like you saying, like the influence on these kids is so strong. Like, I mean, it's a kind of a question to us all. Like, we all got like boys. Like, how do we like for the future? How do we stay at the forefront of being like that main influence for them? Like, or is that even like, am I thinking too far fetched? Like, is that not really like up to us to control?
From my understanding, kids gonna do what they want to do. At the
And they're
end
gonna
of the
gravitate
day,
to who they want to gravitate to.
yeah, man. Because I was having a
Like they
conversation
going.
with one of my friends the other
Mhm.
day, and he was like, "Yo, I caught my son watching porn,"
Mm.
and I was like,
That's real.
"Well, how did you handle it, bro?" He was like, "Well, I just had to sit him down and talk to him about it." Feel me? So they gonna find whatever they looking for, bro. We just
Right.
gotta help guide them in the right direction.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why we matter. That's why dad matters. Because being a boy, you go through different things that boys go through. Then a mom, it's like, yo, you didn't go through this. Let me handle this because I've been there before. And I think that's the big difference, man, with like mom and dad. Like you're supposed to nurture and be soft, and we're supposed to be soft to a certain extent. Like the biggest thing with and Jahi, you could agree with, you say your dad's Haitian also is I'm your father. I'm not here trying to be your friend. And that's what my mom used to tell me. My uncle used to tell me. My stepdad, like, yo, we're not here to be your friend. We're here to tell you the proper way to do something. And if you don't want to agree, it doesn't matter because we're your
Hmm.
parent. You feel
Yeah.
me? So that's how I was. But not saying that the kids can't have a say so, right? I'm not gonna have you go if it makes sense. If it's not nothing that's gonna affect you in your own life, and you're not doing anything ignorant, and that's gonna set you back. But if you're out here being foolish, I have to say something about it.
Yeah.
So
And I think my question kind of stemmed from like because my dad wasn't there, like I have like this like I guess false imagination of like, yo, I can be my son's
biggest
uh
influence.
yeah, biggest influence or like his biggest idol or something, you know what I mean?
Hmm
Cuz like I wanted to like look up to my dad like cuz I felt like that's how people looked at their dad. But I mean, it like just hearing y'all having this conversation, it make a lot of sense though. Like they is gonna kind of do what they want to do and gravitate to who they want to gravitate, like other influences and things.
Hmm.
But
But the most important,
I also,
you
Mhm.
very well can still be that core, but it's all about consistency. So like even if he's growing. He's growing like in the stage Dave's son is, and he's getting influenced by whatever he's in school. As long as you consistently doing what you implementing in your parenting plan or whatever it is for you to be that ideal dad, if you doing that shit consistently, you're going to outlive any other phase that they in because it's just phases. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. That's
You
a
get
fact.
to phases with your parents like I talked about earlier. I was like, it was like a little resentment phase I got with my mom, and then I understood what everything she had to go through to get, you know what I'm saying, to get to where she's at right now. So now I understand it. So it might be you being really hard on him like now, or you being really warm with him and having to be hard on him later, but it's a level of consistency that they get the respect when they get a certain age. And then maybe at your age that you at today, you might, or if once he gets to your age today, you're going to probably be his idol because my dad never missed a beat. He never missed a phone call. He never missed a game. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's where it come from. Am I?
Nah. Facts.
I also think, just to piggyback off that, is I feel like our sons are going to naturally gravitate towards us.
Mm.
You feel me? As they get into that maturity and
Yeah.
just especially if you're leading the proper way, I feel like they're just naturally gonna be like, I see my dad do this. I might as well follow. If I want any kind of, they see success and they see you doing, and sometimes it doesn't work like that, but for the most part, if you're teaching them and they're watching you do something positive and you're getting the results, I feel like naturally they're just gonna adapt and just look. I'm trying to be like my dad. Like my son, man, he quick to my dad this, my dad
That's what's
that,
up,
my
man.
dad that. So that makes me, you feel me? Yeah, that makes me feel like you feel. One time, I'm not big on the game. I'm trying to fix the game for him. He just got a PS5 for Christmas. He messed me up with this one. And I'm trying to remember when PS5, the whole thing was down, the whole
Yeah.
Yeah.
everybody's server
Yeah.
was down. He hit me with he said, Dad, I thought you could fix everything. I looked at him like, what? Everybody's dealing with this problem. Nobody can. I'm not back there making the code, bro.
Right.
I don't know what's
Right.
going on. So
It's crazy though,
yeah,
because since he said
yeah,
that, you understand how he think now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's tough.
mm-hmm.
Why you put that
Yeah.
pressure on you like that?
So that's
Pressure on
that's
me.
some big shoes to fill right there,
For a
man.
few days. You feel me?
That's really cool that he think about
Facts.
you like that. Yo, you mentioned he has like a
Yeah,
tablet, right?
yeah,
iPad or whatever. What is an appropriate age to give the tab?
man. I'm guilty of this. He had a tablet early, bro. So now that he has, you feel me? Like he thinks I don't even know what the appropriate age is anymore because I thought it was just him. I was getting lunch somewhere and different races and different ethnicities, their kids doing the same thing. I think it's just the era.
I'm about to say,
There,
yeah.
so
I
I
think my
mean,
son had a tablet before he was even 2.
yeah, honestly. And what's crazy is my son. The first tablet he got, he broke the screen, and I was like, you know what? I think I just never fixed it. I'm like, he don't need all this right now.
Mm.
Now he got a phone and a tablet. It's crazy to me.
Mm.
Yeah.
At
I
6,
see that, like, my daughter games on my phone, and I see the way like how locked in she could be. So she might get like 45 minutes at a time, but I haven't been able to commit to the tablet thing because it's like you not about, as soon as you come home, jump on a tablet and think that's what that
Yeah.
is. But on the other end, we in the technology era. Like shit, when we was able to get on computers, I don't know about y'all, but I was on the computer, dog.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like
Facts.
I was so, and today, like, they're not going to get behind on technology, but I mean, I guess if we put it in their hands and give them the right tools and right instruments to use, and we set timers and parental guidances and all that, I just don't know when I'm gonna give in, bro.
I mean, we
yeah,
didn't
nah,
get Sincere an iPad until he was 3, and I feel like, well, every kid is also different, but Sincere, he don't really care about his iPad like that. Like, I gotta make him do that. Like when I'm tired of him running up and down the crib,
That's
like,
good, man. Keep it
Yeah.
like that.
but at the same time,
yeah,
it is a tool though. Sometimes, like, we do need a break though, because it will sit their ass down. Like, so I be kind of wanting that, or like chilling them out. Like, but he don't be wanting it. So I'm like on the opposite end where I wish like I wish you actually liked it a little bit more. Like
He eventually come around to it, bro.
yeah, even like with video games, bro. Like he'll make me play the Spider-Man game. I start playing it for like 5 minutes. He on to something else. I'm like, damn, you don't want to sit and play with me? Like this is what I'm looking forward to. Like, come on, man. But nah, he just want to play.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good that you have a different perspective on him not really being on the iPad too much and just seeing him, want to wander and do different things. So,
It
yeah.
can be a headache still, though. 'Cause I gotta keep up with it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel you. You got to keep up with Yeah.
Dave, you had mentioned
hmm
you got a stepfather. At what age
hmm
did that all happen?
I'll say, let me see. So around like 10, he came around into my like 10,
So
11.
how was that experience for
And
you?
yeah, I had to
Mm-hmm.
adapt. But he was cool off the rip. He was super nice, and I major respect to him. Now that I'm a father and understand, I have more knowledge of what's going on in life and how things work, and just working and taking care of business. Yeah, it was just something I had to adapt to though. Because at first, before like I got my uncle in my life now, but it was I was just used to my
Mm-hmm.
uncle. So it was just like everybody got their different styles. My stepdad, he's more chill, relaxed, um, just more quiet, right? But he'll discipline you, and he's you feel me, you do the wrong thing, but I just had to adapt and make sure that this is somebody new. Him and my mom, they got married, but it was a great experience. I'm thankful. I'm super super thankful for him and just the way he carried and just being in my life and make sure that I grew to the man that I'm supposed to be.
Shout out
Would
to
you
all the
say you
stepdads out there, man.
for sure? They
Yeah,
pivotal, man.
shout out. Yeah, the good ones.
Yeah, yeah. Would you say like
Yeah,
you pick things up from them like that you now
yeah,
implementing?
I think so. I think I pick up again, like I said, he's real chill, relaxed. I have I have this way of just I could, if you know me, I could be, we could be loud, we could have fun, or you could get the nonchalant, just real chill, cool. I love to laugh. So that's me. If you know me, I love to laugh, have fun. But I feel like the side of me just being real chill and nonchalant, I feel like I picked that up from him for sure, because that's him.
Okay.
Like, laid back, I'm not really worried about this. And
Okay.
Yeah, I get that.
So your son is 6, right? Do you
6, just turned
plan
6 on
on
February 2nd.
having more?
Um, yeah, when I'm married, like Jahi, yeah, you feel me? I'm no more kids out of wedlock for me, man. I'm
I
good.
feel that.
I'm good on that. I have one and done, but right now I'm focused on my purpose and where I'm going, growing as a man. The last thing on my mind is a kid right now, if you want me to be honest, except for mine, right? I got that one, but right now it's just making up time for the time. It's not lost time, but it's just making up for the time that I am growing to grow, focus on my purpose, and to be the best man that I could be. We're not going for average. We're not going for mediocre. We're going for we're taking a zenith route. I like to say, going all the way up.
I like that.
I can
I
respect
like
that,
that.
bro.
Thank you. But yeah, in the future, married, find a girl that I can. It's not just about looks or anything like that. Somebody that I'm equally yoked and that understands me and understand that. Look, I'm not trying to take advantage of you. Somebody I could trust that brings the loyalty. Somebody that understand my background, where I come from, and vice versa. I'm Man, I want a whole bunch of them
How
A
old,
whole
how,
running
bunch.
how
around.
old are you?
Yeah,
If you mind me asking.
29,
29.
29, brother.
Talking about
So
you said a whole
The
bunch.
last of the 29s in
this,
here, man.
Yeah, like
Y'all gonna chill off me, man.
like in the future, yeah, definitely want more, man. Like I used to work when my son was first born. I worked Amazon, and I seen how some of these people were living, like on farms and stuff, and they kids just living, man, just by the river, by the lake, and it changed my perspective a little bit. And they growing crops and they growing all types of stuff, and I felt like I definitely
All right, so
have a big family
So you're 29, man. Paint the picture of Dave at 50. Manifest it right now on Fatherhood Forward.
Yeah, Dave at 50. Um, Dave at 50. I'm looking at in total probably five kids married, beautiful home, beautiful wife, different businesses and empires running, helping people, giving back to especially where I come from, um, and mentorship, right? Um, being a philanthropist, something for not only black men, any kind of men, just growing up and just understanding that, hey, just like earlier we were talking about how's the weather, just making sure that people understand, like, it don't matter where you come from or what you've been through, just being able to give back and talk to other kids my age and make sure that they're not giving up on life and who they are. So I see myself just being somebody who's successful, owning a few properties, falling back and raising my kids and raising, even if they're not my kids, is having that mentorship, something that's gonna give back. Something I just need a why, something where I'm waking up every day and saying, hey, I'm gonna dedicate my time to this, and this is how we're gonna
I
do it.
love it.
So I don't know exactly how it's gonna manifest, but
It's gonna
yeah, I
manifest
just
just like
live in
You
the
that.
just said it.
Just like
It's
that.
yeah.
it's out there now, man.
Right.
Okay.
I love it, man. I ain't never asked that question to y'all, so I pose it to Jordan and Jahi too.
I can respect that, man.
Great question.
Respect that.
You caught me off guard with that one.
Yeah, Jordan and Jahi, I ain't never asked y'all that question. Like, you know what I mean? What's y'all life look like at 50, man? Let's manifest this right here.
At 50,
Mm-hmm.
let me see. If I have a girl next, if I have a girl next, it's three. We're done. Done at three kids. You know what I'm saying? I see myself owning multiple houses, rental properties,
Mm-hmm.
being a successful businessman, a successful I'm already a husband. So being that husband figure, a perfect example of a father to my kids. I want to have like a scholarship program because y'all know, well, Dave don't know, I'm in the child care. I work in child care, so I want to somehow in the future come up with a scholarship program for the kids in the center, man.
That's good. I
And
like that
yeah,
idea.
I just want to live life, bro. By the
Facts.
time I'm 50, I want to be somewhere with my feet kicked back. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Manifest it
For
right
sure.
here.
Yeah, I like that.
Age 50, I'm gonna be in one of the Carolinas somewhere with at least 2.5 acres of land, long road, shit gated off, got a farm, maybe a couple chickens. Um,
Yes, sir.
uh, yeah, I need this. I need a long road where I can see whoever coming down that John. Whole perimeter
Mm-hmm.
gated. As long as I have my garden, shit, I haven't even put a limited number on my kids, because I really base the amount of kids I'm gonna have on my success, um,
Mm-hmm.
in certain milestones. So at 35, if my net worth is at least 200, 300,000, I should probably have at least two more kids. I believe I'll be able to afford them. So
Yeah.
I, shit, me and my wife said it like it's not traumatic, but it's childbirth is tough on women. So
Mm-hmm.
I gotta whatever she's okay with. You know what I'm saying? And then we just figured out how many ever we can afford. That's what we gonna have. So can't limit it to a number of children, but honestly, by 50, my wife should be retired. Um, man, kids happy, doing whatever they want to do. I just gotta have that house with that land, so we can kind of be
Yeah.
not we not gonna be off grid, but definitely a ways away.
Yeah. I love it,
So,
man.
I like that.
and
I
that's
love
that's success. That's success to me. Um, I did have a question for Dave, kind of a
Mm-hmm.
two-part question. Um,
Okay.
you mentioned that you weren't gonna have kids until you got married again. Well, you got married. How important is marriage to you? And also, how important is it to marry another Haitian woman?
Um, you good, man. You good. Um, the first part is how important marriage is to me, right? I think it's just honestly is the dynamic of it, right? So in the Bible it says a man that finds a wife finds
Good
a good
thing.
thing. I'm I believe in that and gets favor from the Lord. And I believe I have favor now, but I do believe that, you find that right woman that you are equally yoked with and that understands you and you guys understand each other and come in, cahoots to work together and not tear each other down, right? And just being understanding, empathetic, somebody that you can deal with and be happy with and build. So that's imperative to me because I want my kids to see that growing up. I want them to see not a broken home, but a home where my dad and mom they come together and they make it happen. No matter how they feel,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna make sure that the home is good. And I want to build a home, not just have a family, have a house, and it looks good. I want to build that. So that's how important that is to me, and how imperative it is to date a Haitian woman. Um, Honestly, I'm open to dating inside my culture. Um, because it's with one thing I notice is with dating now, it's sometimes it's a cultural difference. I was brought up a certain way, American women, they were brought up. Even though I'm living here, everything I speak Creole every day, still eat Haitian food every day. So my culture is still Haitian, right? Um, so sometimes dealing with not every American girl, but sometimes it's just I feel like it's a cultural difference with like maybe with respect. I'm big on respect. If I'm giving you respect, I expect the same thing. Um, and sometimes that's missing with relationship nowadays, and it's not just it's different cultures. But I think I'm open, man. I'm open to as long as respect and loyalty come. You could be black, blue, red, Asian. It don't matter. That's what matters to me. Is just somebody who is the respect, the loyalty, and somebody who's not going to give up on you if things get bad or things go left.
I asked you that because I feel like it needs to be heard. Just put out there a little bit more. I think I think marriages have scaled back since way back because marriage, at least in the United States, was a really pressing thing. Like you ain't shacking up until y'all get married and all that. Whoop, whoop. So that's why I asked your perspective on that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess we kind of creeping up on time, but I did want you to kind of give any advice that you had for young fathers, fathers who are co-parenting, whatever you got.
hmm Any advice I would have for fathers that are co-parenting or any fathers at all, if you're a father and maybe you're not, you're having a hard time with the mom and you don't want to be in your kid's life because you're dealing with that, you know, with dealing with, parenting or co-parenting. I think the number one thing is just, man, just come to an agreement and find what works for y'all and do it for the kid. Don't do it for y'all. Don't be selfish because the kid didn't ask to be here. So do it for the child, and the main thing should be giving your kid the life that you didn't have, or if you learn something late, teach it to your kids early so they could do something about it. So they could never be like, oh, you never taught me this. So any advice I would have for fathers is just be present as much as you can. No excuses, right? Um, Sometimes it's not even my weekend to get him, and I'll shoot down DC for the day, and I'll kick it with my son,
That's what's up,
right?
man.
And sometimes he'll call me. If he call me, it could be in the middle of the week. I always make time just to make sure that he knows I'm here. He knows he could call on me. You tell him somebody tell him no, like my dad will get it. My dad will do it. He knows that. You feel me? So that's a great feeling to know that he knows he could count on me and things of that nature. So to anybody out there, and go ahead. If you're a father and you're not stepping up or you feel like you can't step up, you're gonna feel way better knowing that you're doing your part. It's gonna feel like you're in your purpose. You have a why, and just like my uncle always says, like, yo, that's your why right there. That little boy, that's why you getting up, and that's why you doing what you're doing, and that's the truth. Yeah, we got other people that count on us, but they're grown, right?
Mm-hmm.
That kid, they can't defend for themselves. They're counting on you. You got to make the right decisions because I know if I crash out, who's going make sure he grow up and be the man he's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like nobody's gonna love him like I'm gonna love him, man. And you feel, besides the mom, you know what I'm saying? But nobody's gonna love my son. Nobody's gonna have his best
Yeah.
interests. You feel me? And it's funny because watching him grow, certain stuff he do is it's like just like me, and just I look at him, I'm like, I remember being like that. When he's in his room, he chilling, he just, you don't want to be bothered. It's funny just watching him just close out everything and just want to be to himself. So yeah, that's my only advice. Be present. Don't make no excuses, and it's gonna pay off in the long run. It always do.
That's
Love it,
well.
man.
I want to say thank you for being on here, and also, yo, thank you for the immaculate guest form, Dave. The guest form was so good. We thought.
You got it.
Yo, listen, the guest form was so good. We thought this nigga was AI. I said, yo,
Oh man,
listen, this shit is too good. Nothing was wrong.
yeah.
Corey, I don't know about this guy. And then he runs
Facts.
into you at work. I'm like, yo, that shit was crazy.
Mhm.
So,
Facts.
Yeah.
very, very
Yeah.
glad to have you on. You got all them damn books back there for a reason. That now it's starting to make sense. It's starting to make sense. So,
Facts.
I learned from my uncle, man. I give him big credit. He's big on reading. He's big on just giving yourself knowledge and never being content or just. Again, we come from the Haitian household. What is average? You want to be average? You want to be mediocre? Like they'll disown you about something like
right.
that. So yeah, I'm big on just learning, and I'm a student. I'll be a student. You feel me? I'll sit back and I'll watch and I'll listen and see what's going on because it's no point in making the same mistakes over and over again, man. That's insanity.
It
So
is.
Right.
It is.
So,
I appreciate
if you looking for if plug your information just in case a nice Haitian woman
it.
sees this. You never know.
Nah, for sure.
If
I will.
you can plug your information and all that.
He's a great guy.
I will.
Great, he's a great man.
Great man.
Facts, man. It's a beautiful
Great dad.
conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, boys. That's real. I'll definitely put that information down there for sure.
So episode 4 of Dad Stories. Thank you, Dave, for being a guest on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We out.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, y'all.
All right, fellas.